Reese, thank you so much. What an atmosphere in Clemson. And they've been playing football at Cincinnati for more than 130 years. College football is back with UCLA and Cincinnati. Welcome back to college football on ESPN, presented by Dave and Buster's. Cincinnati, Ohio, one of the great atmospheres, and we're thrilled to have these guys in the booth with us too. Adam Amin, Matt Hasselbeck, Pat McAfee, Molly McGrath. Can't wait to get this started. Can't wait to see Cincinnati and UCLA. Cincinnati won last year, one of their 11 wins.
Luke Fickell, if you don't know the name, learn it. Last year's American Conference Coach of the Year for a reason. And his team this year is even better. Going up against the college football legend in Chip Kelly in an electric environment.
I think electric is an understatement. It's a blackout here at Nippert night in Cincinnati. This student section, this university, this town has been yearning for Bearcat football to be great again. Prime time, UCLA, Chip Kelly, Luke Fickell. This is going to be a good one tonight, Adam.
Welcome back to Nippert Stadium, where this sold-out student section is absolutely electric. It's hard to believe that just 2 years ago, Cincinnati went 4-8, and Desmond Ridder told me that he could count the number of fans in the stands because there were so little people here. But an 11-win season changed all of that, and running back Michael Warren was a big part of that turnaround. And he told me our fan base is the X factor for us to win. It helps give us that mental edge, and he said that they take a lot of pride in the fact that they brought this culture back to Cincinnati. And Adam, I cannot hear myself think out here. I'm not sure how well you can hear me, but I can't imagine what it must be like to be out there on the field.
A great feel for a great atmosphere, all part of Nippert Stadium at night. This has been the Nissan pregame rush. Luke Fickell ready to go for year number 3, coming off a double-digit win season. It has been a rarity in Cincinnati football, just the 7th all-time for the Bearcats. They've been playing college football since 1885.
This place is going to be...
Chip Kelly looks on as well. His second season trying to improve on a 3-win campaign. Trey Tucker will see that go over his head and out of bounds, and out to the 25-yard line will come this Cincinnati offense. Give me a sense of what you see when we think of Cincinnati from a season ago to now.
Well, Cincinnati last year was an overachieving team. Won some big games, 11 wins, 11-2 for a team that really was expected to win 6 or 7 games. They came out of nowhere, but now expectations are even higher because of the success that they had last year.
They've embraced those expectations, too. They've completely embraced the expectations all offseason. They said Desmond Ridder has grown so much, not only physically, but mentally here. Let's see what he does here tonight.
We'll start with his 1,000-yard rusher, Michael Warren. Not much up the middle as Antonio Mafi is there for the stop. What do you like about Desmond Ridder, Matt?
Well, Coach Luke Fickell said, listen, we don't need Desmond Ridder to do anything outside of himself. We just need Dez to be Dez. He sees highlights of guys like Kyler Murray. We don't need that out of him. We just need him to run the show. And Luke Fickell said in the spring game, he would pop on the headset to the offensive side of the ball, and he would love to hear what Desmond was saying.
And a blitz coming from UCLA on 2nd and long. This is something Desmond Ridder likes to do, use his feet. Good job by Josh Woods, the senior linebacker, playing his first game in a year and a half.
And the thing about Desmond Ridder, he's a young quarterback. He's 19 years old. He hasn't played a lot of football. He played wide receiver for 3 years in high school, so he doesn't have a ton of snaps to his credit. Now, last year he played a bunch of games and played well. He got better as the season went on, but I can promise you they do not want him in 3rd and long situations very often today.
Rookie of the year last year, Matt. Let's see what he can do here. 3rd and a lob wedge, Adam.
It's 12 lob wedge. Are we locking that down as lob wedge territory?
Big shot!
Looking deep. What a play by Rashard Medeiros, but he could not hang on. Good coverage by Stephen Blaylock for UCLA.
Their offensive coordinator said they have to take shots this year. That was something they focused on in the offseason, Matt.
Well, they want to take shots. This is an inside fade. UCLA is going to give a man-to-man, one-on-one coverage all day long. Stefan Blaylock was up for the challenge. They did tell us yesterday, if they're going to win this game, it's got to be because of wide receivers making plays downfield.
Got an Aussie punter, Patty.
I love the Aussie punters. They got absolute cannons.
He's trained for 16 months in Australia to earn a scholarship in America. He's a junior. Ray Guy finalist, put some good hang time on it. And Kyle Phillips with a fair catch at the 37.
Beautiful.
UCLA got off to a tough start last season. They lost their first 5 games of the year. They did go 3-4 to close the season, and their offense was much more productive in the second half.
Well, absolutely. You don't even recognize them at the end of the year. If you watch the first game, you watch the last game, they're two different teams. But they had the second toughest schedule in college football, and so many true freshmen, 21. That's most in school history. And I think that's what for optimism this year is that all those guys have a year under their belt.
One of those true freshmen was Dorian Thompson Robinson, UCLA's now sophomore quarterback.
Chip Kelly getting fancy here to start off the game. Motion.
It'll be a handoff to the hybrid wide receiver and running back, a speedster in Demetric Felton. He would have fit in Chip Kelly's Oregon offenses, but this is a different type of Chip Kelly offense that he's starting to implement at UCLA.
Well, the part that I recognize is the shift in the motion, making the defense try to think, and then the up-tempo, getting the snap snapped right after the shift and then the motion. But what's not unusual is that run into the boundary, kind of a Chip Kelly staple.
Martell Irby and Demetric Felton both back there. A fake to Felton and a pass to Irby. Did he hang on? He did. Took a shot from Derek Forrest, but picked up 7 for the first down.
This is big for him, isn't it? DTR, get him on the run, have him hit a little short one to get some confidence. Is that right, Matt?
Well, not only that, it gets the offensive line some confidence. A naked bootleg, a quarterback keeper, it's like a free play for the O-line.
Inside handoff for Felton. You talked about the offensive line. Chip Kelly told us that he's going to throw a freshman left tackle, true freshman Sean Ryan, but Pat, he does not look like a true freshman out there.
They said on the call that he will not stick out as a true freshman. He's a massive man who moves bodies and he acts very mature.
And check this out, he plays left tackle, but he's over as right tackle, tight end. Now he's back to left tackle. Formation strength is changing each time.
That one over the top of Felton from DTR. Tell me a little bit about Dorian Thompson Robinson out of Las Vegas, Nevada.
Well, he's got to hit those gimmies. That was a gimme, but like I said, he's a young player. He's very talented. He's got athleticism. He got better last year as the year went on. He came in week 1 against Cincinnati, not as the starter, but early in the game, and brought these guys into a situation where it was a tight game at the end and tough spot to be put in as a young player.
On 3rd down, Thompson Robinson fires, finding Jalen Irwin. There is a penalty marker thrown, though. Taj Ward did a good job of jamming him out at the 40, a yard shy of the line to gain.
Personal foul. Illegal hands to the face. Defense, number 3. That 15-yard penalty will be added at the end of the run and an automatic first down.
This is key to note, guys. That's Javon Hicks, who's getting the start for arguably Cincinnati's best defensive player, James Wiggins, who hurt his knee in practice this week.
James Wiggins is a monster of an athlete for them. He's a guy that's irreplaceable. They said best athlete on the team. They gave Hicks the opportunity here because they said he likes the program, he knows the program. That's a big loss for them just a couple days ago with Wiggins.
Look at this formation, unbalanced into the short side of the field, and then they fake it to the wide side of the field. No one's there for coverage.
Oh, here we go.
Pitch and catch, easy first down. It looks like Cincinnati's confused on how to line up.
16-yard gain.
Hey, this is going to be a big chess game here for the Cincinnati defense. Chip's moving and grooving here. Offensive coordinators making some plays. This is going to be something they're going to have to adjust on the sideline, I think, man.
This is more of a tight end heavier offense than we were used to seeing when Chip was at Oregon.
When Chip left Oregon, I think it was 2012, we saw shiny helmets, spread people out. He's back in college football. Look at this. All 22 guys are right inside the hashes there with a quick shift. Defense is thinking. Offense knows where they're going. I would expect another run play right here. And I'm wrong.
Good call, Matt.
Attaboy, Tony Romo.
Thompson Robinson rolling right, taking off, and he'll step out of bounds inside the 5. Ethan Tuckey did a good job of forcing him out of bounds.
With all these shifts, number 11, B. Wright, who they say is a very emotional leader for Cincinnati, he's going to have to be one with the D coordinator to make these changes. Chip Kelly just had his tight end line up and tackle, then shifted him to the other side. There's a lot going on pre-snap here for the UCLA Bruins early.
I want you guys to know that was a run play, by the way. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
100% right, 100%. Just a delayed scramble.
He's not only using shifts and motions with tight ends and receivers, the offensive linemen are shifting.
And DTR looking left again.
Oh,
he dropped the football. It's loose. And guess who? Javon Hicks comes up with a big takeaway for the Bearcats.
Javon Hicks totally redeemed himself right there. But that's what we can't have if you're UCLA. You can't have that out of your quarterback in the red zone. 3 points are in the bank. A sloppy turnover.
DTR was just trying to make a play, but man, does Javon Hicks in his first game, replacing an irreplaceable player, cover the ball and make some magic happen for Cincinnati. What was going to be points for UCLA definitely with their kicker, now going the other way.
So after the sudden change, it's Desmond Ridder holding on to it. He gets dropped after a short gain. A guy who's very important to this linebacking core for UCLA, Langi Toyoloa.
And you know, guys, early in the year, week 1, you know, quarterbacks, they don't get hit much in practice. Ball security is very important. Fumbles. A lot of times quarterbacks think about interceptions. They don't think about fumbles. It counts the same. It's a turnover. It's actually sometimes worse than an interception because of where the defense gets the ball.
Michael Warren trying to bust one open. Indeed loose for a first down out to the 33-yard line.
They need to get him going, and I think he loves it. The offensive coordinator said he's our guy. Let's get him going, and that right here pops through a hole, picks up a big first down for Cincy after the turnover.
Michael Warren, a junior out of Toledo, set the Cincinnati record with 19 rushing touchdowns last year. Only Darrell Henderson, the excellent running back out of Memphis, had more in the American Conference.
If they're going to earn the victory, fine. We can't beat ourselves.
What if they're Iron Bearcats?
Listen, there's only a few of us that are Iron Bearcats. You got to earn that with the strength and conditioning coach. We will talk about that later, I assume.
That's called a tease, Pat. Well done.
Just know that I'm an Iron Bearcat. And I almost vomited on this field just yesterday.
I'm going to leave that hanging in the air just for a second for the fun of it.
Okay,
Second
another
down,
shot.
Deep shot, looking for Alec Pierce.
Go up and get it, he said. They said they needed to take shots. Desmond Ridder throws one up, and Pierce makes a play for him.
Well, Alex Pierce, Mike Denbrock said, we're going to take 2 shots a quarter. This is a post from last year's special team dynamo. They said he had a great spring. He earned the right to play wide receiver. We're going to give him a chance to go up for the ball. And he made the play. You know what happens when you make the play as a wide receiver? They keep throwing it to you. They give you more opportunities.
50-50 ball, that's all grit right there, Matty Hasselbeck.
I don't like 50-50 ball. I never liked that. It's like 80-20, Pat.
I mean, it depends on what side of the ball you're on right there.
More for Michael Warren to tag on to the 52-yard bomb to Alec Pierce, sophomore out of Glen Ellen. That's his first career reception. How's about that? You get your first catch, it's 52.
Hey, good for him, huh? I hope he gets a picture of that. I hope he hangs it on his wall. I hope he enjoys the evening. They need to get a W, though. Let's hope they can keep stacking it.
They call that the moment of truth. It's like time slows down, the ball's coming into you, the moment of truth. Who's going to make the play at the moment of truth?
Toss it out.
Tutter.
Josiah DeGuara. Touchdown Bearcats. They're on the board first.
Right into the teeth of the student section down there in the blackout. Little rollout, dump outside. Nothing but green for Cuzzy to get in the end zone.
DeGuara's a tight end, but when they use 2 tight ends, they've got a Y. That's your traditional tight end formation call. And then they've got a K after Travis Kelce, the Cincinnati Bearcat great tight end. And it's DeGuara for the touchdown on the naked bootleg to the left.
Shout out Killer Trav watching tonight. Sam Croza kicking here for the extra point.
Feel good about that one, Pat? Oh, just snuck it inside the right upright for you.
You got jitters early, you know. They said he did incredible during camp. What a start here in Cincinnati.
It started with the takeaway. Dorian Thompson Robinson pumped it up. Javon Hicks was there, and Josiah DeGuara, coming off a career season last year, starts up 2019 big. Welcome you back to Cincinnati. This is the American Conference on ESPN. The Bearcats picked behind UCF in the Eastern Division of the American this year. Demetric Felton will get stopped shy of the 20-yard line as we check in with Molly McGrath.
Adam, the energy was palpable on Cincinnati's sideline after Javon Hicks's fumble recovery, and I talked to James Wiggins before the game. He said he has a ton of confidence in Javon Hicks and said he's so smart, he can see a play before it happens. And in an effort to pump Hicks up, he told him he'll get 3 picks in this game, and it wasn't a pick, but it was close. And the first person to talk to Hicks after that play was James Wiggins, and I even dapped him up a little bit because he called it, guys.
He is the freak. That's what they call him in the Cincinnati locker room. He's a big loss, but the Bearcat defense comes up big. UCLA takes over at its own 20-yard line, and it's again Demetric Felton getting the carry. We expected to see him, but Molly, there's an interesting story developing on the sideline of UCLA.
Yeah, that's right, Adam. You guys have probably noticed UCLA running back Joshua Kelly has not come into the game yet tonight. Now, he did suffer a right knee injury in fall camp, and he does have a brace on his right knee, but he's been standing on the sideline, very active with his helmet on, ready to go. He just hasn't been out there yet.
He was the first UCLA 1,000-yard rusher in 3 seasons last year. Dorian Thompson Robinson with a good run on first down. He'll pick up 7. Beg your pardon, second down will pick up 7. Again, interesting to see. No Joshua Kelly, had the great season, 1,243 yards last year. Knocked out 12 touchdowns, all of them after the month of September. I'd love to see him. He's a great kid. Had a chance to talk to him this week.
Big third down, backed up here near the student section.
Nippert's coming alive.
Trying to keep it inside with Demetric Felton. Makes a man miss and gives UCLA a fresh set of downs to close the first quarter.
I wish I could do that, Matt. What an incredible move. Incredible move to pick up the first. Big third down for UCLA. End of the first quarter, 7-0 Bearcats at home in Nippert Stadium. Second quarter on the other side of the break, and Chip Kelly keep moving. We will find out tonight.
College football on ESPN presented by Dave & Buster's. The first organized intercollegiate football game in the state of Ohio was Cincinnati-Miami in Oxford in freezing rain on December the 8th, 1888. That's the oldest current non-conference college football rivalry in the U.S., although they were briefly conference foes as we start the 150th season of college football in earnest here tonight.
And this is a pretty cool stadium. Some have said it's the Wrigley Field of college football.
There's Demetric Felton.
I was really disappointed for this guy, Adam.
Why is that, bud?
During the break, a man had an opportunity to win $1 million. He's about 2 feet off.
Well, the Bearcat was very sad.
Everybody was sad. $1 million could have went home with a guy from the friends at Eckridge Farms. Now we're back to it. UCLA picked up a big first down on a third down. Need to keep it rolling here. Back to the motion, Matt.
Another shift in motion. 2 tight ends going from left to right, changing the strength. Cincinnati brings a corner blitz. Says enough with your shift in motion. You got a right-handed quarterback. They're bringing in Kobe Bryant off the edge. Kobe Bryant, named after the basketball player, the Black Mamba, the Los Angeles Lakers great. A lot of times as a quarterback, when the ball's in the left hash, you're a right-handed quarterback, that corner blitz is going to come from your left side.
Now third down and long for UCLA. 4-man rush, gets to Thompson Robinson. He escapes. And he'll fire it away. Excellent 2-play sequence for the Cincinnati defense. J. Sanders was closing in on Dorian Thompson Robinson.
Well, Cincinnati got a great break on the snap. Got some penetration early with a little line twist. And DTR does a nice job of escaping. But what I like the best is he throws the ball away at the end. Like I said, it's okay to punt, Pat.
You're darn right, Matt. Especially when you're 31 years old with a cannon from down under. Doesn't get the most of this one, though.
Ryan Montgomery waves it out. That's a friendly Cincinnati bounce past the 40-yard line. Ends up being just a 25-yard net. I know you guys like Throwback Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
How about Chip Kelly and Luke Fickell as players? But Luke Fickell, this guy was a beast at Ohio State at the nose guard spot.
Luke Fickell splitting the double team, making a play, causing a fumble.
Happy as hell, too. Celebrate with your friends, Luke. And if we're just to do a little judge a book by a cover here, let's assume Luke Fickell would win in a fight with Chip, but two incredible football coaches we're lucky to call a game for here tonight.
Well, Chip would have Sully and Fitzy and Murph would have his back.
It's a
Great field position
here,
New
Hampshire moment right there. And they get a yard to the Bearcats on first down.
Short punt leads to great field position. Cincinnati missed the field goal last drive. Incredible stop there, only for a 2-yard gain of Desmond Ridder. See what they got here. I liked watching Cincy's defense, by the way, adjust to the shifting. The first drive, they couldn't do it. And I think they figured it out.
Well, it's week 1. You don't know what you're going to see week 1, so you got to make those sideline adjustments.
It's team football, Matt. Team football.
There's Michael Warren once again. UCLA front. Right back at it at the 45.
Michael Warren back in the game after Doak's great drive. Just keep rotating them, keep them fresh. But, running back into a rhythm, Matt, I mean, you didn't run much, but I feel like you could get a judge for that.
Well, that's what they say. They say that about running backs, but Luke Fickell was very clear. Hey, we got a bunch of backs. We're going to feed them all. And he also said we're going to take 2 shots.
Yep.
We're going to take 2 shots every quarter. That's our
that.
goal.
They did that the first quarter.
Once again, you've got tight man coverage all across the board. Great opportunity to take a shot.
Third down.
Underneath, first down. There goes Rashawn Medeiros. Down to the 40 of UCLA.
Adam, pitch and catch there that Matt talked about earlier. Guy was open for sure because of play design, but incredible throw by Desmond Ridder.
Hey, and another pick play. This is kind of like the old, you go in, you go out, I go back in. Those pick plays, when people are playing cover 1, meaning man coverage, if you ever hear cover 1, that's man coverage, expect pick plays.
Just smart.
There's speedster. This is the cusp of Crosa's range based on what he did at Western Illinois. Warren, maybe a yard.
Just a nice throw there by Desmond Ridder. Third down as a pressure down. Probably would have to punt there. Steps up and delivers a great pill.
This offensive line is really kind of a hodgepodge. It's so funny. You got a guy from the Bahamas, you got a guy from Germany, you got a guy from Alabama that's like a different country to some people.
Easy. And then you got a goon, a former goon.
Got a hockey goon.
You got the Canadian who never played college football, was playing semi-pro hockey up here, and then said, hey, I might just try football.
Got sticky mitts too, even though he's a goon.
Ridder looking downfield and smartly gets rid of it. Third down coming up. Last year, 48% Cincinnati converted third downs. That was second best in the American Conference behind UCF. UCLA trying to improve all of its defensive numbers from a season ago in year 2 under Jerry Azanar.
Yeah, and I've been impressed with UCLA so far. They're kind of mixing it up. This right here looks like they're going to go with a 3-man rush, giving Desmond Ridder all these different looks. Could be a 3-man rush. Now it looks like a 4-man rush.
They'll bring 4. Ridder back across his body, and it was nearly caught. Incomplete, looking for Thomas Geddes. Stephen Blaylock was there for the coverage, and right around here would be about 44, Pat, for a field goal.
Yeah, especially coming off a miss there off the little chippy there. You know, you get the jitters out of your system, hopefully, and if you can step up and knock down a 44-yard field goal in the middle of the field here, big confidence for the transfer coming in.
Sam Crosa, not a big guy, Pat, 5'7", 168. What kind of a leg does he have?
He's a little fella, so he might not be able to get him much girth behind the ball, but I think he can make it here from 44. Warm-ups, he was doing it for sure. Beautiful ball from Sam. What a comeback kick for the brand for Sam Crosa. 44 yards, 10-0 here in Cincinnati.
Crosa missed from 32, 6 it from 44.
Nippert Stadium, named after center Jimmy Nippert in 1923. Got a spike wound in the game, got infected, blood poisoning, died a month later. Got infected because pregame they had a chicken race, and the chicken race droppings got into the infection, got into the wound, caused an infection. they named it Nippert Stadium.
It's a really heartwarming story as Chip Kelly and Demetric Felton will take the fair catch and move out to the 25-yard line. You see if they can do it with Demetric Felton, listed as a wide receiver, but is more in that mold of the DeAnthony Thomas type scat back. Deep shot, DTR. Incomplete, looking for Jordan Wilson. First time, Matt, that we saw a shot to a tight end. Chip Kelly wants to get his tight ends involved.
He sure does, and guess what? All three tight ends were wide open on this play. They take the shot. Jordan Wilson, he's got some speed. The ball is just way overthrown, kind of a long foul ball. But if you're UCLA, that's a missed opportunity that you got to capitalize, especially when you're down 2 scores.
As a quarterback, how do you feel after missing that? Just a little jacked up, too much?
Just got to give it more air. Sometimes when the guy's wide open, if you don't give him any air, there's less room for error.
On 3rd down and 10, Dorian Thompson Robinson finds Demetric Felton, and he's got a lot of space.
Adam, he's moving.
All the way home, touchdown UCLA.
They needed that. What a massive play for Felton. DTR, confidence is about to be at an all-time high. Big plays can swing momentums both ways. We saw it with the turnover in the first quarter, now with the shot, Matt Hasselbeck.
Well, Demetric Felton was a wide receiver all last season. Just moved to running back this year. It's really almost drops the ball, makes one guy miss, does the rest with his legs, 75 yards. That's Javon Hicks that missed the tackle, who's in for the injured James Wiggins, Cincinnati's probably their top NFL prospect. But what a play for UCLA. They needed that one.
We got a game here. Got a little wiggle there in the open space. And once he went, nobody was catching him.
Hey, that's J.J. Molson making the extra point, Patty.
6th generation of the Molson Brewery. Probably going to hand a 6-pack off to DTR with the shot and a big touchdown for Felton, Matt Hasselbeck.
Big play, Demetric Felton. We said he was going to be the guy to watch tonight, and he is.
So Trey Tucker's back to return for Cincinnati. He's a burner. He's going to bring it out. Stays on his feet. And a good return. Running over dudes, including the kicker, J.J. Molson. Rush set of downs here from the 39. Ridder pumps and rolls. And will throw to an open man and get us on the sideline. He'll get about 9 on that play.
This is a really nice job of Desmond Ridder not forcing it. They tried to go with verticals inside, without routes outside. He moves to his right, uses his feet.
Great throw.
Nice little Tony toe tap on the sideline. And Thomas Geddes, the guy who had the big block on the touchdown.
Sets up a makeable 2nd down and 1.
2nd and 1's kind of a free down. Like, this is an opportunity you can take a shot.
Especially with Michael Warren. You know he can get the 3rd and 1. Your big men up front can make it happen. Take a shot, maybe. Nope. Keep moving the chains, they said. Big stop by the UCLA, but the 1st down is inevitable there.
And it's okay. Like 2nd and 1, when I played with Mike Holmgren, I didn't even have to hear the play call. 2nd and 1, I knew it was an inside run in the 0 hole or the 1 hole. That's the hole next to the center on his right or on his left. He just wanted to move the chains. Another philosophy is take a shot. It's a free down, and we like our chances on 3rd and 1.
First down at the 50 here. Big answer by the Bearcats offense.
4-man rush for UCLA. Ridder's got a lot of space, and he's going to take off for the 1st down inside the 40.
Just like it appears as if Desmond Ridder is kind of settling into, playing within himself. Little almost a bobble on the handoff.
Oh, close. I got a question for you guys. UCLA's linebackers are really thin. They're dealing with injury. They're without Tyree Thompson, who was a starter last year. He's got a foot problem. He had surgery. Bo Calvert's a backup who's out due to a violation of NCAA rules, and they're missing another starter in Keyshawn Lucier-South. How much do you think that affects UCLA's defense?
Well, it's going to affect him. I mentioned in the 4th quarter, you talk about the time of possession. Cincinnati's had the ball for 18 minutes. UCLA's had it for 7. And so you're talking about wearing down in the 4th quarter. It's a week 1. Last year, there were guys cramping up in the week 1 matchup between these two teams. It's hot tonight, too.
Jared Doak's strong run again, but he lost the football, and UCLA may have it. And they do. The Bruins take over. Jason Harris on top of the ball for UCLA.
Just a gimme that situation by the corner, Matt. Held him up, one man held him up, another man ripped it out. Massive turnover, swing of momentum.
Recovery by UCLA.
I agree, referee.
What a huge play.
The ball was out before the knee went down. Elijah Gates stripped it, and Harris dove on top of it.
Well, Jared Doakes missed all of last year with a sports hernia, but the year before, he was Cincinnati's leading rusher. That is a big, big play by UCLA.
A little bit of old school Chip Kelly look here, but Jalen Irwin meets Brian Wright, the leader of the Cincinnati defense, for a loss of 7.
Yeah, Brian Wright wasn't fooled by the little push pass. They run the shift. Brian Wright, the emotional leader of this defense, played defensive end, moved him to middle linebacker, and their biggest concern was, could he stay calm? He just was one of these guys, he's like a kamikaze covering kickoffs. He's just got all that energy, and they said, hey, at Mike linebacker, you got to be calm, cool, and collected and make those calls. But he's done a great job so far tonight.
Now Jarrell White gets in and stops Felton for no gain.
3rd and long, the Purge song is on. Can DTR cook up some magic back on his own 20 here?
There's the 4-man Bearcat rush. Timing was off, looking for Jalen Irwin. Good pressure by Kevin Buhan of Cincinnati, and it's 4th down. So here comes James Smith, the Ray Guy finalist from last year.
Wade Lee's actually the other Australian rules football player. He's 31 years old. He's earned a master's degree in business and management. He just got married. He was working labour just 4 years ago in Melbourne. Now he is a punter here. And I love these stories of these Australian guys.
They send it past the 40. Ryan Montgomery.
Low hang gets him a chance.
Breaks a tackle. Ryan Montgomery down near the 20-yard line, but still 39 seconds left here in the half. A 24-yard return to set up Cincinnati.
Field position matters, and when you're backed up, you need to hang it so your coverage can get out there. He took advantage of the low hanger. He caught at the 40, getting the ball at the 20. Incredible decision by Fickell to punt there. Bank on your defense holding them. Now field position will get you another couple points before the half. Now Cincinnati has to take advantage of the great start.
Ridder dumps it off, or at least was hoping to Thomas Geddes. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, you know, Adam, they tried to take a shot. They went with the slant and go outside. It wasn't there. Desmond Ridder did a nice job getting off of number 1, comes down to number 2, but then misses an easy one.
You talked to me about UCLA and Jerry Azzinaro. You know him well. He likes putting his cornerbacks and his defensive backs on islands back there.
Yeah, but that time he understood that the clock is his friend right now.
Okay.
35 seconds to go. There's no reason to play aggressive. There's no chance that Cincinnati's going to run the ball in for a touchdown right now.
They still have a clock stoppage if they can pick up a 1st down at the 10.
Ridder stepping up and taking off. Desmond Ridder's got the 1st down. 1st and goal, Cincinnati.
27 seconds left inside the 10. Clock stops to reset.
See if they spike it here. 24 seconds, it's 1st and goal. Ridder.
Oh my.
To the goal line, and it's picked off. Intercepted. There goes Jay Shaw. Jay Shaw is out of bounds. What a huge defensive play for the Bruins late in the 1st half.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You said on those rollout plays, outside you got to miss outside, you can't miss inside. What a momentum swing here to end the half.
They go sprint out left. It's kind of a pick play. Shaw fights through it, makes the play. The ball's a little bit late. Incredible play. Sometimes on the sidelines they say, hey, somebody's got to step up and make a play. Jay Shaw stepped up.
But pressure on Dorian Thompson Robinson, and down he goes. Michael Pitts off the edge with a huge play, and now a penalty marker is thrown at the end of this half.
It's getting ugly out there, Adam.
After the play, dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense, number 74. Because the time is run out in the half, that foul will be administered in the second half against UCLA during the kickoff. The half is over.
That'll be big.
That is number 74's first unsportsmanlike of the game.
Now they call out 74 Sean Ryan. 75 is Boss Tagaloa. He's the senior from Pittsburgh, California, and I believe this is actually on 75, and you saw Boss Tagaloa kind of wrapping up Myjai Sanders and then pushing him. Thoughts?
Well, he's trying to protect his quarterback. He felt like the Cincinnati Bearcat defender kind of stepped on his quarterback.
Correction.
Stepped aside a wild end of the half. 10-7, Cincinnati advantage at the halftime break. UCLA will have the ball to start the second half. Adam Amin, Matt Hasselbeck, Pat McAfee, Molly McGrath. Those are all hard to say in succession. We're all with you tonight from Cincinnati. Kind of a weird first half, maybe what you expect in an opening game.
It's been a lot of things, a lot of false starts earlys, maybe get the jitter out, then a lot of bend but don't break defensive turnovers. Big time turnovers in the red zone have stalled the scoring, but there's been a lot of action back and forth. I'm excited to see what the second half has for us.
The 3 turnovers, but how about time of possession? I mean, UCLA's been on the field half the amount of time as Cincinnati, and guess what? Where's this UCLA offense? Where have they been? 109 yards of total offense in the first half. That's not going to get it done.
13 rushing. We haven't seen Josh Kelly. I'll be excited to see if Chip Kelly makes any moves in the backfield.
Yeah, moments ago, he was actually with our Molly McGrath.
Coach, you couldn't capitalize on that interception at the end of the half. What do you need to see from your offense?
We shot ourselves in the foot with the penalty, and then we took a sack. But we're young. We got to learn that we can't play with this emotion. This is an unbelievable atmosphere, and our guys got caught up in it a little bit. They relaxed, they had a drink of water at halftime. We had to come out and play the second half.
Why haven't we seen Joshua Kelly in this game?
We haven't really got a lot of snaps. We're trying to get Josh in. He hadn't practiced much during the week. We're not going to put him in harm's way. We got to get him loose a little bit, and we'll see what happens here in the second half.
Will he play in the second?
We'll see.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
Thanks so much, Molly. Joshua Kelly, leading rusher, 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago, did not play in that first half. UCLA will get the ball, and it'll be a kickoff from the 50-yard line here after that penalty against Boss Tagaloa at the end of the first half. Out to the 25 comes UCLA, and it's time to take a look at tonight's game flow, brought to you by Progressive. The turnovers that you guys talked about, key ones in the red zone too.
Well, you can never turn the ball over, but for sure you can't do it at the 10-yard line. Cincinnati gives one back. Great play by the UCLA defense to kind of even the score, but this is the one that was a killer. Roll out to the left, inside the 5-yard line, the pick, almost a pick 6. Big play by DeGuerra to save this touchdown. But Desmond Ridder has played well tonight. I would say he has far outplayed Dorian Thompson Robinson. But we got a second half to play.
Chance here for DTR, and the Bruins down just 3. It'll be Felton to start, and his carry for about 2. It'll be second down and long. Derek Forrest and Kobe Bryant on the stop, and another penalty marker. Busy first half for Jay Edwards and his crew.
There is no foul on the play.
Pick it up. Pick it up. I was about to say, the last 2 plays of the first half, UCLA had penalties. They got one on the first play of the second half here.
Guys, I like Demetric Felton as a runner, but he was a former wide receiver. He was a wide receiver last year. They're missing Josh Kelly. Josh Kelly's a tougher runner. He's a kind of a bigger back. He reminds me a lot of his running backs coach, Deshaun Foster.
Bearcats bring a blitz. Incomplete.
Felton has made a massive play for UCLA in the first half, though. Just very interesting to see Josh Kelly not on the field. Missed throw there on a second down to lead to another 3rd and long. Behind schedule seems to be a regular situation.
Well, Dorian Thompson Robinson has not played well so far tonight. You wonder if too much is on his shoulders, missing Josh Kelly, a guy who I think is a great football player, former walk-on, not playing tonight.
On 3rd down and long, into a tight window, intercepted. Perry Young with the pick. It's the first of the senior's career and a giveaway by UCLA to start the half.
Talk about having a great night. Perry Young, undersized. They call him the energy provider. Dorian Thompson Robinson tries to force it in there. Perry Young, who's really a pretty good pass rusher, drops into coverage, makes a heck of a catch. Diving play, huge play. This is the guy that missed last year.
My guess is they're going to review it to see if he completed the process of the grab through the ground.
By Cincinnati. The previous play is under review.
We'll step aside. We'll give you the result on the other side. But in game number 33 of the senior's career, he has his first pick as of now.
For the turnover.
That was a nasty catch. I mean, a linebacker diving around, dropping back in coverage, doing a flip and keeping his hand and arm under the ball, and then pick up 9 here. Turnovers are momentum. It's been the story of this game.
And the other story of this game for me has been time of possession. Again, Cincinnati's had it for more than 20 minutes.
You said in the first quarter, what's it going to look like in the fourth quarter for these two teams?
And I'll tell you, the D-line, the front 7 of the defense of UCLA, they'll probably wear down.
On second down, it's Warren again. Good job on the interior by UCLA's front.
Incredible stop there.
That's Langi Toyaloa, a redshirt junior, along with Stephen Blaylock.
The Cincinnati strength staff said that their motto this year is wear them out for 4 quarters and for the brotherhood. And they're just wearing this team out with time of possession. We're going to find out all the offseason conditioning, who did what. Will UCLA's defense be able to keep up with this pace? Will Cincinnati be able to do it? And will they be able to hang on to the ball? It's a massive, massive second half here.
And UCLA is daring Cincinnati to throw in this situation. Look at the formation here. We got a Wildcat situation on offense.
Desmond Ridder out of the backfield.
And Warren just does enough and gets a second surge to set up first down in the red zone.
Luke Fickell has to love that. Man on man in the trenches. 3rd and 2, what are you going to do? Pick up the first down.
I'll say this about UCLA and their defense. They've been on the field a lot, but they came up with a big stop. They've only allowed 1 touchdown in 3 red zone possessions. They're going to need to come up with another big play because their offense is struggling.
High snap. Warren has the handoff. Good cut. Another good second effort. Picks up 5 on the play.
They said they were going to start feeding the running back in the second half if they had to, and it feels like they're going to do that with their stud, Michael Warren. The guy's just picking up positive yards. The offensive line's making some moves for him. UCLA had a long travel yesterday, and now they've been on the field a long time on that defensive side of the ball.
4 straight runs for Warren. Mike Denbrock said he's my rock. I lean on a ton.
Well, that was evident in week 1. Last year, he got the ball over 35 times, and he's the kind of guy, he looks better as the game goes on.
Junior out of Toledo, Ohio. Coaches say he's got the biggest personality on the team. Right now, he's got the biggest workload, and he's got a big hole, and he's got a touchdown.
Great start to the second half for the Cincinnati Bearcats. Turnover, then march down the field, keep it on the ground, trust your running backs. Michael Warren making a play here for Cincinnati, ground and pound, make it ugly. Let's see what we got here.
Hey, and another great block from a wide receiver downfield. That time it was Trent Cloud, the sophomore out of Cleveland, Ohio, with a touchdown springing block on the outside.
McAfee, you went a little yinzer on us right there.
Had to. When you get ground and pound, there's only one way to do it. Sam Croce had a 44-yarder in the first half. Extra point is good. Here we go. 17-7 after another turnover for UCLA.
It's been a factor all game long. Perry Young coming off the ACL injury last year in his first game back with the pick. And in night 1, Michael Warren, Mike Denbrock calls him the Rock. He gave it to him for a score. Patty B, thanks so much. Fair catch, Jalen Irwin, 25-yard line, UCLA. Excellent touchdown run for Michael Warren.
That's right, Adam. Michael Warren gets the touchdown, but check out Metz, the left tackle, and DeGuerra, the tight end. Not just a receiving tight end, he has a touchdown catch tonight. I'm giving him this touchdown as well. Obviously great run, but look at that blocking, and don't forget about number 13, Trent Cloud, downfield. Wide receivers blocking downfield is what takes 5- and 6-yard runs and turns them into touchdown runs.
Great breakdown, Matty. 6'9", 330-pound German out there getting his body in the way. It might not have been pretty, but it did the job.
As DTR is going to take a shot for UCLA. He's got a man, Jalen Irwin. Hauls it in. What a pass and catch. Beats Taj Ward, and Dorian Thompson Robinson drops it in.
DTR with a heck of a throw here. A big-time play is what they needed. It's only a 2-score game. UCLA has not gotten started yet. A play like this can really energize everything, especially a quarterback like DTR who likes to feel good. And with 39-yard ball down the sideline there.
And Chip Kelly told us that Jalen Irwin has really shined. He shined in the spring. He shined in the preseason. Great adjustment to that ball.
Need points here.
And a smart play by Dorian Thompson Robinson. Perry Young, one of the two Bearcats, bringing some heat.
Ball landed beyond the line of scrimmage with the receiver area.
No intentional grounding.
You're starting to see why Perry Young was first-team All-AAC preseason. He comes up with a huge interception that leads to the touchdown. He's applying pressure. He's really doing it all. We talked about him being the energy provider for this defense. He's absolutely doing that.
Bearcats bring pressure. Thompson Robinson a little too tall for the freshman Kyle Phillips.
And he has all kinds of room to lay one out there to the back corner of the end zone to Kyle Phillips. And instead of using a sand wedge, he tries to use a 4-iron, and I'm not really sure why. That's a missed opportunity for UCLA. I mean, that's, if you're Chip Kelly, you called the perfect play right there, and that should be a touchdown.
Need points on this drive. Can't take a sack and back it up. Got to be smart, hopefully move the chains. Any points on the board here is great for DTR and UCLA.
He'll keep it here. He's got the option. Now he's got to take it himself. And a penalty marker is thrown. This may be a horse collar against Javon Hicks. Again, the man who's in there for the injured James Wiggins.
And that bails UCLA out in a big way.
During the run, personal foul, face mask, defense, number 3. Half the distance to the goal, and an automatic first down.
We'll go face mask there instead of the horse collar, but either way, a fresh set of downs for UCLA.
And Javon Hicks in for the injured James Wiggins. That's just a tough situation. I mean, really, what a stop by the Bearcats. And then the penalty, like I said, bails UCLA out. Dorian Thompson Robinson started this game well, 3 for 4. Since that time, he's 3 for 13.
First down and goal, UCLA. Dorian Thompson Robinson, one stiff arm, and then dragged out of bounds by Forrest. Second and goal coming up.
The hashes in college football are a lot wider than the NFL.
Right.
So usually you'll see people run their plays on a running play to the wide side of the field. Chip Kelly has never seemed to care about that. He'll run right into the short side of the boundary as much as anybody.
You go to the field because you got a lot more space, and space favors the offense, which would be normal, but not for Chip.
Chip's like a brilliant mind, though. He understands that the defense knows that. They sort of overplay that field, and he has no problem running to the boundary.
Another read play. This time he handed it off for Felton, and he's wrapped up immediately. Great job by Ethan Tuckey, Pat.
They got a new lease on life with that face mask from Hicks, but the Cincinnati defense has remained stingy here.
Well, you mentioned that it was a read play. I think if Dorian Thompson Robinson could do that one over, he wouldn't hand it off to the first guy. Third down here at Nippert Stadium. It's coming alive.
Marcus Freeman, the defensive coordinator, looking for a stop. Four-man rush. Quick throw. Chase Cota. He's in. Touchdown, UCLA. The first touchdown of Cota's career. And it brings the Bruins within a score.
Just like that, DTR leads the team down the field and scores a tutter. Face mask gives them a little extra life, and they take advantage of it, man.
Well, it's a really nice call. DTR does his job. Probably one of the easier touchdowns that Chase Cota has had in his career, but I don't know if any have been as important. This was a big one to keep UCLA in this game.
His dad, a former defensive back at Oregon and in the NFL with the Panthers and Saints, and your guys' Colts and the Rams back in the mid-90s and early 2000s. DTR stepping up big. It started off with a bomb. A 39-yard strike to the junior college transfer Jalen Irwin. Chase Cota bangs it home on the catch, and DTR's got his team within 3. Your brother Tim out with our buddy Dave O'Brien out at Clemson for that ACC Network debut. Not only is Trevor Lawrence great, as we know, but a lot of great targets to throw to at Clemson.
No doubt about that. Wide receiver U, as my guy Randy Moss says. But I really want to know, my brother's calling the Clemson game. I'm calling this game. What game are my parents watching?
Oh, who they love more? Molson with a bomb right there.
You love it. See how the top 10 shifts. Alabama in action against Duke, the #2 team. Crimson Tide. Both Clemson and Alabama at the top of the rankings and at the top of a lot of people's lists for being in the championship game, at least in the playoff this year. Michael Warren is back out there for Cincinnati, picking up 4 to open up the drive.
I feel like we're about to get a big dose of Michael Warren here. Hand it off, let the big bodies do their thing. They said they want to take 2 shots a quarter. We haven't seen one yet this half.
Sometimes they say that, they write it on their call sheet, and they forget about it in the 3rd quarter.
There is Warren. Good job off the edge by Josh Woods. Good to see him back out there as well after he was limping off the field at the end of the 1st half.
And really, when a defense brings a blitz off the slot like that, it allows everybody on the D-line to slant. So essentially, the offensive line, they think the guy that's lined up on their head, they're going to be able to block him, and nope, that slant makes it very difficult, and you have a tackle for loss or a tackle for no gain.
You saw Michael Warren kind of gingerly walk off the field after that tackle. Jared Dokes is in for 3rd down. Cincinnati solid at 6 of 11 tonight. Over the middle for DeGuara, and he holds on for the 1st down. Stephen Blaylock knocked them down at the 41-yard line, a gain of 12.
Well, I really like Josiah DeGuara, and it looks like Desmond Ridder likes him too. This is called a basic cross. You run up 10 to 12 yards, you break it down, and you just run a basic cross around, right around the middle of the field, just like you did at recess, just like you did in your mom's front yard. Very well done. Nice pitch and catch.
The old basic cross from the K position.
That's right, the K position named here after the great Travis Kelce.
Jared Dokes on that carry on a short gain. Mike Denbrock's the offensive coordinator for the Bearcats. He's produced a lot of great tight ends in his career, including Tyler Eifert, who longtime Bengal tight end here in Cincy. And then, of course, as you well know, Cincinnati native Kyle Rudolph.
I'll tell you, that's a great little lineage that Mike Denbrock has. And if you're a tight end, a lot of schools want to say that they're tight end you. But talking to Mike Denbrock yesterday, when we asked him, hey, what do you like to do? What's your philosophy? I'll tell you, the tight end was in every single one of those plays, every single one of those conversations. So I think if you're DeGuara, you like that as well.
And here he is.
Feed him.
And he's got the 1st down into UCLA territory.
That was a clever little play design there, Matt. Get him outside, get DeGuara wide open, and let him pick up a free 1st down.
And really, you're just looking for maybe 5 yards in a play like that. You're just looking for these guys to play the running game honest, which they did there. But guess what? It wasn't a running play, and that's an 11-yard gain.
Good call, Matt. Good call.
First time that Cincinnati has had both its coordinators and its head coach together for 3 straight years in almost a decade and a half. There has not been a lot of coaching continuity at this school in terms of coordinators and head coaches until now. Dokes breaks free, and he moves the chains down to the 35-yard line.
Fickle took a lot of pride in saying he wants to build something special here. I think there was some interest from other schools in the offseason, but he wanted to have a little bit of consistency. The state of Cincinnati is something he created. He wants it to be something that he's remembered for, and I got to respect it. And this offense right now, they like to live and die with the offensive line. There's a pound happening, and then you just open it up to the tight end every once in a while.
He said he wanted to be tough and nasty up front. No surprise, knowing that he was a nose tackle in college at Ohio State, that's the kind of identity he wants his team to have.
Dokes bouncing it outside. He got submarined by Elijah Gates at the sticks.
This is an offensive lineman's dream, right? Put it in our hands, hand the ball off, and then open it up with a little dump to the tight end. This drive is an offensive lineman's dream, I'd assume, Matt.
And I got to give Elijah Gates a lot of credit. That's the third really nice tackle that he's had. He's a small corner. I should have said he's a small. He's a light guy, though. He's 178 pounds, and he just took on a 230-pound running back for just another great tackle. You don't see that a lot out of corners.
Whoa. Shots fired at corner hands.
UCLA bringing pressure.
Side-on throw.
Yeah, a little sling to the outside for Alec Pierce. And he takes it inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. The cornerbacks for UCLA are shorthanded tonight as well. We were hoping to see a really great story and a talented player in Darnay Holmes. He was dealing with a bit of an ankle issue in pregame, we were told. That's why Jay Shaw, who had that huge goal line interception, got the start for UCLA tonight.
And I would really say that the strength of this UCLA team is their secondary. I've been very impressed. Jerry Azzinaro puts those guys on an island, and they step up to the challenge.
Here's Warren. Running straight for the sticks, and he's about a yard shy. Third down coming up.
And you often wonder why assistant coaches are up in the press box. Like, what are they looking at? I'll tell you right now, on a play like that, they're looking at the backside defensive end. They're looking at the guy on the far left side, and they're saying, is he honoring the quarterback, or is he chasing the running back from the backside so that he can come back with a naked bootleg later?
Is that a setup play then?
Absolutely. 100%.
They'll take you to the start of the fourth quarter. Matt, guys, we're having a good time. We got a tight game here in Cincy, buddy. We got a tight one here tonight, too. Third down and 6 coming up for Cincinnati with a 3-point lead. Desmond Ridder dumps it off. Michael Warren needs the 15-yard line and has it. And has the touchdown. Bearcat blitz out of the start of the fourth quarter.
So what they were talking about there, they were basically saying, hey, the receivers were blocking downfield too early, but the pass was caught, they said, behind the line of scrimmage. Watch the block by DeGuerra. That's a touchdown block. And Pat, you mentioned the offensive lineman downfield. Excellent play call, excellent execution.
There is no pass interference on a pass that is thrown behind the line of scrimmage. There is no call for that. That's why they picked up the flag, and Warren slithered in to put Cincy up 10.
Just an incredible play call here. The patience on Desmond Ridder to let it set it up, and Warren getting the rock like we knew he would in a big situation, getting another touchdown. We got a 10-point game again here at the Nippert night, and we're really getting into one here, Matt.
I like it. I like it. This is like Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn. I'm so confused. Who do I root for?
Strong 2-decade-old reference from Matt Hasselbeck. Well done, Hasselbeck.
Showing my age, guys. Showing my age.
For the brand, by the way.
The defense at UCLA, that secondary, has done a nice job tonight. It's time for the offense to step up.
There's been flashes, Matt.
Incomplete for Jordan Wilson there.
B. Wright makes a big play. Emotional leader, linebacker on the defense, with a big pass breakup. DTR is going to have to make something happen here. 2-score game still with a lot of time left.
Every time you say DTR, I'm thinking you mean determine the relationship, like a determine the relationship talk. You ever had one of those?
No.
DTR talk?
Yeah.
Really?
A little shiftiness from Demetric Felton there. It'll set up a makeable third down. Again, Saturday night, the big game, Pac-12 SEC top 16 matchup. Justin Herbert and the Ducks against the true freshman Bo Nix and the Auburn Tigers from AT&T Stadium, Jerry World at 7:30 Eastern on ABC and the ESPN app, presented by Wells Fargo. Third down and 3.
Here we go.
A keep for Dorian Thompson Robinson, and he burrows ahead for the first down.
Thompson Robinson's done a nice job with his legs tonight. Kind of willed them to victory. He's got 2 touchdown passes. Has not been a clean game. This is a little read option here, or zone read. He can give it to Felton. He can keep it. Good read. But they got to go on a long, sustained drive. They've had the ball about half the time as Cincinnati has had it. They need a long drive here.
Not too long. 7:33 and counting left in the fourth quarter.
Great ball out wide. He's got a man for a first down, and Greg Dulcich, second career catch for the redshirt freshman who only played in 3 games last year. He moves the chains into Bearcat territory halfway through the 4th.
A lot of flashes here the entire game for DTR, and then they end up shooting themselves in the foot. Can they continue to move it here? Need to. Late in the game. What is DTR made of?
I'll tell you another interesting thing for both teams. A lot of tight ends in these offenses. A lot of tight ends in various roles. Fullback, wide receiver, tight end, inline, 2-point stance, 3-point stance. You don't see this too much in college football anymore.
Chip Kelly said at Oregon, we had the hybrid offense with receivers and running backs. Our hybrids here are tight ends and fullbacks. It's a lot of versatility with all the names that he's got on his roster and play sheet, but it's a different versatility. This time it's Martell Irby who's got the fresher legs, and he gets to the sticks at the 37-yard line.
I heard on the Yogi Roth podcast that Martell
Shout out
Irby
to Yogi, our guy.
Is an incredible saxophone player, and if they're going to keep feeding him here, he needs to be a big-time back for them right now.
Been playing saxophone since the 4th grade. They did not give him the first down. He picks it up here. Let's try to back you up, Patrick. He wants to be a professional musician when he's done. He's been playing the saxophone since he was about 10 years old. He can play a handful of instruments.
He was in the San Diego Youth Symphony as a child. Much more sophisticated upbringing than me, for sure. Went to a performance arts school, and now he's just a monster in the backfield for UCLA when they need him. Big-time 3rd and inches pickup there.
Well, they set up at the 18-yard line. Oh, pressure on DTR. Lobbed it into the air and had it picked nearly. Perry Young almost had his 2nd pick of the night. Dorian Thompson Robinson turned around, and he was surrounded by black jerseys.
Well, the pressure gets to the quarterback quick. He tries to get the ball out of his hands. Again, a right-handed thrower trying to go left. His arm gets hit. That was a huge incompletion.
He had a big pick in the first half that was very similar to that. Big night for Perry Young thus far.
Those are the kind of ones you go to bed and you're saying, man, I know I could have made that play. A moment of truth play like we talked about.
2nd down and 10 from the 18 for UCLA. Needing 2 scores. Dorian Thompson Robinson had that ball stripped. It's still loose, and the Bearcats have it. Picked up by Cincinnati.
The ball appeared to just slip out of his hands, much like what happened in the first half there. DTR was moving, UCLA was moving. Nippert Stadium's going crazy, and instead it slips out. And 92 Brooks with a nice scoop there. The big athlete gets down and covers the ball.
Unbelievable turn of events in this game.
So many turnovers, Matt. So it's like a marching band in nowhere. You move, you move, you move, and then all of a sudden it's going the other way. The ball just slipped out of his hands.
We talked about ball security earlier. I mentioned fumbles. Fumbles count like interceptions. As the quarterback, you got to protect that football. I am shocked. The ball just falls right out of his hands. Brooks falls on it. What a killer. UCLA with an incredible drive. Killed. That's Bruin on Bruin crime right there.
I played quarterback in the NFL a couple times. Good ball security is key. Whenever you're kind of waving around there, Matt, there's a chance that that could happen, right?
You got
frustration for DTR, obvious. That's the 2nd time he's given it away in the red zone, too. And now the Bearcats with 4 minutes and counting. A chance to win another one against UCLA in a season opener, just as they did a season ago in Westwood.
Baby Blue seems to be filing out. We still got some things that can happen here, though. Nippert Night's coming alive. Do you hear that, Adam?
That's the classic Cincinnati chant. Oh, boy. That was almost dropped on the exchange between Ridder and Warren. Solid Nostradamus move by McAfee, saying some weird stuff could happen.
And I believe Warren's cramping up again.
Timeout. UCLA. It is their 2nd.
Kind of got up gingerly there, but man, keep the ball in your possession there. That's who knows what can happen. 3:29 left, 10-point game here in Cincinnati. That timeout got a chance to reset Michael Warren, who was walking a little gingerly. Get some fluids in him, get maybe a little deep muscle massage. 3rd and long here. Big time play for the UCLA defense here.
Got to protect the ball.
Got to hang on to the ball. Can't have a turnover if you're Cincinnati.
Keep it on the ground with Warren. UCLA gets the
Ball's
stop.
out.
The ball was out. It's scooped up by Chris Barnes. And UCLA is not done yet.
Oh my God.
Now, one referee blew the whistle. Warren is down at the 40. He is hurt. We may have to see if there was a call of down back near the line of scrimmage at the 40.
You're going to have some upset Bruins fans if they blew that down there, but the ref's got to do it.
On the field is that the runner was down.
Wow. Wow is right. We said it earlier, this is a 4-minute offense situation. You got to protect the ball with everything that you got.
Well, it's very tough to tell if the ball was coming out when that forearm or elbow went down for Michael Warren.
Adam, it looks to me like he hurts his knee and he lets go of the ball.
Call on the field as he was down, though. We have to remember that.
Yeah.
Now we got 3:21 left, no timeouts for UCLA, 10-point game. Let's see what Chip Kelly and UCLA can bring.
I got to just say, guys, I'm having a hard time letting this go. If I'm a UCLA fan, I think that's a fumble.
Sure. We're going to listen in one more time. See if you can hear the whistle. If it's there, it's faint.
Big ball. Check it
out. Did they save it?
Oh.
No, it went past the plane on the goal line. That would have been pinned at the 1. That would have been incredible.
But now UCLA gets it at the 20. Those 19 yards are a massive difference, obviously. No timeouts. DTR has a chance to get himself back in the game, regardless of all the flaws that have happened today thus far.
Listen, when you don't play well as a quarterback, you got to press that clear button. You got to move on. You got to have amnesia. You fumbled twice. Your team needs you to play really good football right now.
In traffic, delivers a little low, seeking Chase Cota, who has a touchdown for UCLA tonight. 2nd down coming up.
And Dorian Thompson Robinson just seems a little timid to me right now. Like, that's an open receiver. And you know what? If you don't feel good about it because the pocket's closing in on you, take off and run. You're 8 for 24 today. That's not what we expected coming into this.
This might be a penalty against Kobe Bryant, who is breaking on the receiver.
But none of that matters. Like, you can fix it. You're still in a position to win this game for your team.
No call for defensive pass interference. The ball was tipped by the defense at the line of scrimmage.
Anytime there's contact on a pass interference is completely eliminated from the play.
Got to give this official, this officiating crew credit. Like, it's a weak one for them too.
Sure.
We're hard on the officials a lot of the time, but they're getting together and they're talking about things. They're picking up flags. Big 3rd down.
A shot downfield, looking for Cota, and it's well overthrown.
2 guys back there. The Cincinnati defense has really upped their play. 4th quarter, big time game at home. Can ice the game right now. 4th and long, get the ball back for your offense with the other team having no timeouts.
And you know, I didn't like that throw. It's like a frustration throw. That wasn't even a shot. Like, that ball didn't have a chance. I just don't really like the body language that I'm seeing out of Dorian Thompson Robinson right now. Bad body language is what a defense is trying to do to a quarterback, and they've done it tonight.
4-man rush on 3rd down. Scrambling in the pocket, and down he goes back at the line of scrimmage.
This Cincinnati D-line lost 2 defensive tackles to the NFL after last season. They just iced the game there with a big-time sack on 4th down in the 4th quarter. Good pressure on Dorian Thompson. Big-time sack. But you're right, that body language, you're trying to get a quarterback rattled. And it seems as if, now granted, they have no timeouts, under 3 minutes left, down 10. But man, you think he could have put together something magical there and led the boys back from the baby blue and white.
I just think what's going to happen is they're going to watch this film tomorrow or whenever they get to it. They're going to pause the film and they're going to say, guys, guess what? We got 3 minutes to go. We're down by 10. Doesn't matter what's happened in the past. Let's look forward. What can we do?
D-line coach is losing his mind over there for the boys and for the brotherhood.
Losing his mind in a good way?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, they just got a sack on 4th down in the 4th quarter, man.
Well, Ryan Montgomery is in there right now at running back. Michael Warren is banged up, dealing with an ankle injury, Molly McGrath just told us. And Jared Dokes, as she told us earlier, out for the rest of the game. So Montgomery's in there trying to burn some clock. Look at tonight's PlayStation Player Impact Rating, a new addition to our coverage of ESPN college football this season. A ranking from 0 to 99 created by our analytics department for every player in college football, building a model to measure the effect of every player. This is the impact that James Wiggins had last year, player impact rating of 85. He was hurt this week. A knee injury took him out of the opener, but he still felt like an impactful person in this game. Warren's back in the game dealing with that ankle injury, and he picks up the first down. Matt, you pointed it out, the impact Wiggins had on his teammates, and his teammates responded.
Well, shout out to PlayStation for that rating. I agree with that. But he was not only missed on the field, he was an emotional leader. His replacement, Javon Hicks, he said, hang in there, young fellow. Perry Young with a huge interception, and then Javon Hicks, the replacement player for James Wiggins, with the big interception. He lost his confidence early, but Wiggins on the sidelines being a leader as a junior. This defense came to play, helped out quite a bit by the crowd, the atmosphere, Nippert Stadium.
Hey,
Marcus Freeman with a great job.
This is your favorite formation as an offensive player, is that not right, man?
You got the victory formation, first down, no timeouts for UCLA. Inside of 2 minutes, you can take 3 knees and call it a win.
Marcus Freeman there, D coordinator, rallying the boys. The turnovers were the story, and I think both defensive sides of the ball showed up, and the young offenses have a lot of room to grow still. And I think it's going to be a good season for both of these teams. But what a start here for Cincinnati at home with expectations high.
Expectations high, 11 wins last year, and guess who they have next week? Who that? They got Ohio State.
Early season test again.
Coach Luke Fickell coached and played at Ohio State. He was there for a combined 75 years. He feels good about his team and going into Columbus, the state of Cincinnati, invading the state of Columbus. I'm excited for it, and I can't thank Cincinnati and UCLA enough for the hospitality they've shown us this week and the incredible game that we had tonight.
This game never felt like it was completely decided really at any point, even when it was a 10-point game with about 4.5.
Well, I got to go back to that fumble. Michael Warren's fumble, they called it down. Replay was inconclusive. I mean, if you're UCLA, it's a long flight home, and you're saying to yourself, you know, as bad as we played, as many mistakes as we made, we still had an opportunity, and they got to get right. They've got a tough schedule. No one's feeling sorry for them, but for Cincinnati, such a big win here at home.
The student section's about to pile on over to Calhoun Street and Uncle Woody's. It's a celebration in Cincinnati because Bearcat football is back. I think they're very pumped up for this season. Big win here on primetime television for the Cincinnati Bearcats and Luke Fickell's squad.
24-14.
Hey,
another season opening win, McAfee.
Not a bad night. I appreciate you guys. This is a lot of fun. This is going to be a fun year.
You know, we're required to do it again in like 2 weeks together. You realize that, right? We're going to be back soon. It's happening.
Well, let's go ahead and do that.
That's McAfee, Hasselbeck, McGrath on the field, Amin Singh so long. Anish and Ahmad have BYU, Utah. Holy War.